claps. About time.
Oh man.
Yippee. Welcome everybody to Control-S Week 4. This is the weekly check-in podcast where we, document our progress on our long-term projects and also
I haven't actually watched the third episode yet.
Anything else? Damn, are you even a real
fan?
Wow,
thanks for ruining the intro, Comic.
This is okay, Comic.
You just had to speak.
Imagine somebody's first impression of the podcast is that I'm doing the intro, and then one of our own main hosts interrupts to tell us that he didn't even watch the episode. How do you think
well,
that
I haven't
makes us
watched
feel?
it before either.
Yesterday.
So that's fair. That's
oh wait, that's a point. Who are you? Who are you joining us today?
Who are you? What's going on?
Why are you that way?
Where's Xynth?
I'm Joss.
Why do you look like that?
Xynth, what happened?
I got a little bit fruitier.
I doubt that.
So yeah, I'm Joss. I don't know how else to explain myself really.
That's good
I make
enough.
stuff.
Are you a minority?
Awesome.
Yeah, you might already. What slurs could you say?
A couple.
Awesome.
Which is your favorite color?
Did you just ask me what my favorite color is?
Yeah.
Different context than you're thinking. But.
What a nice podcast topic.
Well,
to
it's
have.
not black.
What's your
You
favorite?
didn't immediately say black, so I think that's a little bit problematic. Thank you all for listening to the first ever episode. I think we're gonna have to cut it here.
No.
Yeah, personally, my favorite's white.
Anyway, Joss, you make things. What kind of things, and for how long? How did you get your start into making things? What was appealing?
Okay. Do you want the story of how I got into Mine-Imator or making things in general?
Let's start with Mine-Imator, actually.
Okay. So you guys remember a guy named Trumu or Minecraft Universe?
Oh yeah, Minecraft Universe. Have you?
Right. Yeah, so he made a tutorial on how to download and use Mine-Imator a while back, which heavily helped its popularity recently, or just in general. And I found that video because I was a big avid fan of what was it called? It was
Team Crafted.
Ugh. Yeah. It was Team Crafted, and he was involved with them, and and I had been wanting to get into animation since I was very young, and I saw that as a good opportunity, and I downloaded it, made some pretty crappy renders, and was like, yeah, I like this, I'll just stick with it. And here I am, 8 years later, and I'm still doing it.
And you've stuck with Mine-Imator pretty loyally throughout that whole process as well. It's still the main software it's still the main software you use. Is that right?
Yeah. I know how to use Blender. I just choose not to.
So why do you choose Mine-Imator over Blender? Is it the familiarity with it, or is it something else?
It's a mix of the familiarity, the community, and I guess just the general ease of use and the uniqueness of it. Since you don't know many other people who use it.
I will never cease to be impressed by what people were able to do with Mine-Imator.
Oh my god! I think in terms
especially
of creativity,
before the big update.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
When the big update came and they finally got roughness maps and materials and stuff, people started making the most photorealistic stuff I've ever seen, and it was the most
insane.
Basic forms of maps, and it was I don't understand. I don't get
and
it.
It was immediate.
It was.
Yeah. Have
too.
you guys seen Mellows and his renders?
I will be
I'm
right
not.
back.
I don't think so. No, I'm not familiar.
What do you mean you'll be right back, Comic? No, come back. We're the podcast.
We're down 2 members. We are down 2 members already.
Come back. This podcast has started falling off.
Oh, also, Xynth isn't here because he's fucking asleep. He just didn't wake up. We were supposed to record 2 hours ago, and we waited for him this whole time, and he's not here. So he broke my heart. I'm sad. I'm crying.
I gotta go pick up my mom real quick, so I'll be back in 10 minutes.
You're gonna miss the silly banter section.
It's the podcast.
No.
Okay.
It's the podcast.
How hard is it to be free for an hour?
Well, I guess we really are down 2 members now.
Yeah.
Jesus Creepus creeps my freaking Evis. What the heck? I don't even know what I said.
I'm trying to find a specific one.
Joss, you better be worth it. You have to take up 2 members now.
Oh God.
You have to
I
be
gotta
like
be really
double
funny.
the amount of
You have to be,
entertaining.
like-
Can you just say something funny to just cheer me up at this point?
Tell us a joke.
Oh God. Gay people.
Oh no, man, that's a pretty insensitive joke.
Guys, I would like to say that I don't actually think that gay people are a joke. I fully support them and the legalization of their rights. I don't actually think that it's funny that they exist.
I think they
I
can
think that's
exist.
I've been being
Yeah.
I was /J. But you mentioned before one of the draws to Mine-Imator was its community, and I kind of wanted to mention that too because I also started out with Mine-Imator, not directly. Hold up, let me quit talking for a second. These renders that were just sent in chat. God damn.
Yeah, those are made by a guy named Mellows. After
In
like the update
Mine-Imator?
came out.
Shout out
Yeah.
Mellows in Mine. How was that last one made? What?
I actually have an example of how it was made. Hang on.
Okay, for all you audio listeners out there, imagine the most photorealistic render of like interior design, but it's made in Mine-Imator.
Yeah, so this right here is the texture that he used, or the textures.
Oh my god.
And it's like, yeah, it's just a bunch of flat planes stacked on top of each other, like slowly changing to be, I don't know how to explain it.
So for all the audio listeners out there, this is a good time to mention too that all the images that we're talking about are going to be linked in the description in an Imgur link. So if you want to check this out later after you're done listening, just peep that. I would highly recommend it because this is insane. But I think I kind of get it. So like in that last photo, that's only just made up of like image planes. Just
Yes.
Damn. That is incredible.
It really is.
That is crazy.
Holy
I don't
shit.
this thing. I don't get why Mine-Imator users got to be cracked. I don't understand.
Yeah,
They get the
Mine-Imator-
most simple program and just make the most advanced stuff out of it. Like why?
It's crazy. Yeah.
I think what's crazy about Mine-Imator it is like the embodiment of what I think Minecraft animation in general is. Like I think the whole appeal of Minecraft animation is that it is like accessible. Like it is incredibly accessible. Everything you have is all laid out for you. So like you can get straight into like making something or telling a story without having to deal with like how to make an environment or how to design characters really, because all of that is made super easy. However, with the tools that you're given, you're able to expand infinitely with it and make something truly incredible. Like there's a project I worked along a while ago called Songs of War. It was basically like a 2-hour movie. It was directed by
I'm not sure if we
no, but like
direct.
the stuff that people have been doing in Mine-Imator, I think, is just the most poetic and just the epitome of that is this program that is designed to be as infinitely user friendly as possible can be expanded to this caliber. I am
Right.
genuinely super impressed by that.
I actually
Yeah.
have a quote from the developer who recently left Nimi that I think encapsulates that perfectly. It's Mine-Imator users will go any amount to avoid moving to Blender.
Why?
That's so true.
Yeah.
No, it is. I absolutely love it though. I think using tools like this to make stuff that it wasn't really intended to make is just always incredibly impressive.
All right.
And
But, like-
I'm glad that it's becoming more easy and accessible for people to do. Like with all the new lighting features and all that
yeah.
stuff. It's just awesome.
Is Mine-Imator still being developed, or is the final version just what you get?
Right. So, from the developers like Nimi and David, they left. They're just gone. David's off doing 2D animation and liking some very political tweets on Twitter. And Nimi is off doing some AI like stuff. I don't know. It's interesting. But definitely go check them out on Twitter. Nimi Kitamura is Nimi's tag, and I think hang on, let me pull up David's stuff by David A on Twitter.
Nice.
Go check them out.
All right.
Yeah, I'll throw up their handles on screen.
So
Yeah.
one thing we do like to do here is, obviously if we bring a guest on, we do background checks. So I've taken a scroll through your Twitter, and I do have some questions.
Wait, okay.
First playoff. It seems you do not oftenly give your opinion on the new Garden of Banban chapters.
I'll admit, secretly I'm a bit of a fan.
You're a bandbanner?
Don't worry. Me personally, my top gifts right now are I love this bird.
Oh, I love that bird.
I love that
It's
bird.
a great bird, man.
For all you audio listeners out there, it is a gif of Opila bird surrounded by hearts and flowers with the text, I love this bird.
I forgot the spinning opila.
Oh, and the spinning Opila as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like now would be a good time to jump into the next segment, which is theories for the Garden of Banban 3 chapter.
Ooh. Okay.
So at the end of the trailer, we saw Stinger Flynn.
We did see
Stinger Flynn.
And he is huge.
Why is he so big?
Why his height is what we're talking. His height.
I'll admit I'm a little bit.
Do you think his height is enough for Tinder? Or do you think women will still be like, nah, he's too short?
Personally, I can't wait for Pearl 34 when Chapter 3 comes out.
So we were talking about Mine-Imator before. You mentioned that the community is one of the draws of why you stayed, which I thought was pretty interesting because I don't know if it's just because I was in the wrong spaces, but I also used to be a Mine-Imatorer myself back in the day, like 2017, 18 type place, and I hated the community. I thought it fucking sucked. Everyone was so goddamn mean all the time. So was that... Were there parts of the community that was like that when you joined? Well, when did you actually start using Mine-Imator? Like what year would you say?
So I believe I downloaded it originally in 2015, right?
Okay.
That's 8 years ago, right?
Damn, I guess it is.
I might be counting wrong.
15, 16, 17, 18.
And then like shortly after, like maybe 2016, I actually got into the community because the whole time I had just not known there was community around it. And I got into it through super.exe.
Nice.
And I don't know if you guys know, but that server even still has issues.
I've heard whispers.
I remember even the official... Okay, actually, funny side story. I used to use Mine-Imator back in the day, and like one of my first things was like I made some kind of Five Nights at Freddy's animation with Mine-Imator. I put it in the Mine-Imator community, like the public server. Like I'm not sure if they probably still have a public server. I remember putting it there. One of the members immediately just completely trashed the video to the point where a mod had to step in, and even the mod said, "Well, you are right. It sucks. Do not bully them."
Holy shit, dude!
Jesus.
Not even the mods.
That is what I
Sounds
remember
like a Tita
thing to
mostly.
do.
That was my first and last experience in the Mine-Imator Discord.
Yeah, so I will admit the community is definitely bad in most places, but there are some really good parts, and that is why I stayed.
Okay.
Yeah, just like California. There's some good parts, but don't go there.
Yeah, but don't go to LA. LA sucks.
If there's anyone watching this podcast right now hearing this message, don't join the community. Like, you can use Mine-Imator if you want, but don't get into the community. It's just not good.
Yeah,
You'll probably get
I mean-
groomed or something.
So true, actually.
Yeah.
Don't talk to people.
Yeah, I haven't been a part of the Minecraft animation community for a really long time. I've only really just been hanging around, like, Control-S pretty much. Like, starting up this podcast really is my first introduction back into the community since, I think, like, 2019, 2018, around there. It's definitely interesting. I was definitely super curious to see if some of the toxic traits of the Mine-Imator community has been, like, still around. But it seems to be, like, vastly healing. Because the stuff that I see coming out of the Mine-Imator community are the most creative things I've ever seen. I think in the character design department, especially, the characters are so much more detailed and so much more inventive than anything that most Blender creators put out, which is crazy. It's just crazy because of I guess the accessibility or the potential. I don't want to say like the potential, but of each of the softwares, you would think that Blender, you would see more wild stuff, but it's almost like people are overwhelmed by choice.
Yeah.
I think it's more of like it's a limited software, so people have to go out there to like break the barriers of it, and in the end it's like more impressive in that way, I would kind of think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I think of.
Yeah. It's interesting to see like how the Blender community has evolved as well. Honestly, it's mostly just kids starting up their Minecraft animation teams. That's the main thing I notice in the animation community that there's been a shift to, is instead of people saying, hey, can you make an intro for my Skywars channel? It's, hey, do you want to join my animation team?
Yeah, whatever happened to intros, by the way?
Yeah,
what happened to that?
Right!
The intros.
Those were sick as hell.
I miss them.
They were sick and also completely terrible, because like you'd have this sick 10-second intro and then this guy with a dimly lit room playing Roblox.
Good point, actually.
I always love those when they just had such a high quality intro, and then they're on their tablet recording their television playing Minecraft, and you can only barely tell what's going on the screen because of the lighting.
Man, I miss those days. We should really bring
I
that
was
back.
so close to becoming an intro animator back in the day, but I
Oh wait,
Really?
actually,
restrained myself.
I remember one of the most creative things I saw someone do was someone put a mirror down and use that as a face cam. It was the most creative thing.
Boy.
That's awesome.
They put a mirror like under their TV, so it was like a face cam.
That's actually so sick. Dude, I love little things like that.
Let me see if I can find an example.
All right. While you're looking, though, I wanna ask, or I wanna say something. I'm technically the second furry on this podcast, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
that's
that.
true.
Yeah. But
The
I've
game
been
is
meaning
rigged
to
from
ask
day one.
this, Red.
Yeah.
Why the furry profile picture?
Oh, I don't have a furry profile
On
picture.
Twitter.
I'm an anime girl for this episode.
No, on Twitter. On Twitter, though.
On Twitter? Oh, it's because I'm a furry.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
genuinely? Are
welcome.
you...
I'm gonna be real. I forgot I was a furry for a while until one of my coworkers was talking about being a furry, and she was like, hey, do you want me to draw your OC? And I was like, hell yeah, I do. And then she did. And then I just started using that. I started maining that profile picture, and then I started becoming a furry again.
Side note,
Huh.
I found it. I found an example.
Yo! There it is.
That's so cool, dude.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much.
It's the most creative thing I've seen.
Would you like to explain it for the audio listener?
Yeah, for all you
No.
audio listeners, there is a guy playing Fortnite, and he has a mirror, like a wall, like a full-ass wall mirror that's leaning against a coffee table or something, so we can see him play. We can see his live reaction. I'll also include that in the album in the description too.
Oh, that'll be so awesome.
I think I started, but to elaborate on your question though, I think I started being a furry ironically because I thought it was funny, and then I just never stopped. And then it stopped being ironic sometime.
Yeah. My intro to the furry fandom was interesting. I used to be a brony before that.
Yo.
Sorry to hear
Specifically in the Gary's Mod community of bronies. Like,
Carrie's mod.
What?
yeah, there was like dark RP servers where you'd have like My Little Pony models and shit, and
Sorry,
have you
I'm
guys
just so
ever played
taken
Gary's
aback.
Mod?
I'm just so taken aback by the GMod brony community. Oh, what's going on, Comic? Welcome back to the podcast.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hey, Comic. Welcome to the podcast. You're our second guest.
Yeah. This is Comic Cyrus. Introduce yourself now.
To
Hi.
be fair,
What do you
I
do?
did tell you that this was going to happen.
You did. Unlike Xynth, you gave a warning again.
So, why did you decide to become blonde, Comic?
I didn't. I have been considering dyeing my hair, but I haven't because I'm constantly performing.
True.
So you choose actively to have blonde hair.
I guess
Yeah,
you
like,
could
that's
say
not
that.
Nothing wrong
That
with
is
it.
so
Nothing wrong
embarrassing.
with it.
That is so embarrassing,
I'm
dude.
just emphasizing that this is what you're doing. Not saying there's anything wrong with it.
Yes,
you know,
this is what
honestly,
I'm
no.
actively
Fuck all
doing.
blondes. Every blonde, I hate them.
Yeah, preach.
I like this one. Can
Yeah.
we keep this one?
Just replace
This
him.
one doesn't fall asleep for 2 fucking hours while we try to schedule the next recording. Anyway, sorry for Comic Cyrus to interrupt your origin story of your furriness. So where are we? The GMod brony community.
Yeah, so I played. It was like the first community I was ever in, basically, because I bought Gary's mod like maybe only a year after I got Minecraft and shit, and just started actively playing it. And I found this guy who went by Dark Destiny. He was also a brony, and I made like a base with him or something on Gary's mod, and then we'd start talking in Steam DMs. And that was my first internet friend. Like,
Damn.
a really weird place to meet your first internet friend.
Do you still
And
have
keep in
contact
mind, I was
with
like
them?
7 years old.
Oh,
I
shoot.
do.
I mean, I made my first internet friends on Geometry Dash, so
Yeah.
Mine would be on Hypixel. This was before Discord. I would go on Hypixel and I'd play Skywars and I'd say, hey, does anybody have Skype? And then we'd add each other on Skype and play for a couple hours.
awesome.
It was so much
So
fun.
cool.
I miss those days.
But yeah, I do have contact with him. We just don't talk often anymore, which I need to.
Can we do the next podcast on Skype, by the way?
No, I don't think. No, that's not a great idea. I forgot Skype even existed.
Yeah.
We all did.
So that is your origin story. And from where you are now, do you have any? Because this podcast, as you know, is about our long-term projects. We're all trying to accomplish shit over several months. Do you have anything like that? Do you have anywhere that you want to particularly take your skills, whether it be career-based or just personal project-based?
Right. So currently, personal projects. I mean, I have some stuff like down the line that I'm planning. I don't know how much of it I can go into, but like currently my main focus is like getting into the vibe of editing for like one of my friends currently, and also still maintaining my own like personal stuff. And there is one video that I have planned to make, which I will tell you guys here exclusively.
Oh, the scoop.
Yeah. So, just about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I swapped to Premiere from HitFilm Express. After 6 years of doing editing and making videos. And for those who don't know what HitFilm Express is, it's basically like a really unknown, like Mine-Imator community only really used editing program, and it's dog shit. It's terrible. It crashes all the time. You can't keyframe anything unless you're in like a composite shot, so I have to do my entire video in a composite shot. And for the past 6 years I've been dealing with that until like 2 weeks ago. And
That sounds like the ideal way to edit.
yeah, I was thinking of making a classic, like, you ever watch those videos of Jay Schlatt just ranting about something?
Yeah, I love
Design,
those so
yeah.
much.
I was thinking of making something like that, except like what? Wait,
What?
wait. Crowned?
Yeah?
Crown movement.
For all you
You,
audio listeners out there, Joss's profile picture seems to have infected Crown's profile. And we now have two of them.
Spreading.
Change your
It's
profile
spreading.
picture, buddy?
Huh?
Never mind. But I was thinking of making a video like that in like my own kind of way, and also like entirely animated. So
Okay. That sounds
it's a big
fun.
project.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds really awesome, though.
Yeah, sounds quite cool.
I haven't gotten past just the idea of it so far, but it's something I really want to do now.
No, I'll definitely be tuning into it. Using the same like editing software for several years reminded me. I used to use a cracked version of Sony Vegas for about 4 years straight.
Wait, you cut out.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
you gotta cut out, man.
Hold up. Okay, let me hit that Control R. I'll be right back, folks.
Oh.
I hate this
No.
guy as host. I completely hate this guy. This guy sucks.
We wouldn't get anywhere if he was not host.
Sorry
I
for
don't know what
that.
you're
Sorry
talking
for
about.
that intermission. Am I back?
Hi, Red. I want
Hey.
to talk about how I appreciate you as my friend.
Okay. Cool. But yeah, I also used to use a cracked version of Sony Vegas for like 4 years until I finally switched to using the Blender sequence editor, and now that's where I edit all my stuff.
Huh.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I've never used that before, but sounds...
That's something. It
I
works.
still use Filmora 9.
I do all of the podcast visuals in Blender. Like every single thing is done
Yeah.
entirely natively in
So
Blender,
crazy to me.
which
That's insane.
yeah, it probably could be better, to be honest. But yeah, how about as as far as careers? Like, where do you want to take your life in the long term? Do you think you want to stick with animation and art, or is this really just kind of a hobby and you want to do something productive like engineering or being a doctor?
I am thinking I'm probably going to stick with animation, art, editing for people, all that stuff. And if I can, start a YouTube career, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Art
it's kinda-
careers are always like the most risky ones.
Yeah.
They're very
Definitely.
stressful.
Yeah. They're probably the least
She'll
stable
die
career.
One day, can't pay rent.
Sure, YouTube like strikes your video down.
Or if you just get canceled or something.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's,
true.
true.
Well, we've gone pretty far into the podcast without talking about anything that we did over the past week. I guess, Comic, for you the past 2 weeks, you failed all your goals last week because you weren't present.
Yeah.
But your goals that you failed were to finish the plot outline so you can start writing the scripts, get a rough idea for more character designs, and actually stream. How did
Okay.
those go?
Well, I streamed.
Woo!
I did get more rough outlines for character designs. I did not finish the plot outline, but yeah, I mean I really don't have all that much to talk about. I've been mostly thinking about like college stuff and catching up on work for other people within the past 2 weeks.
All right.
All right.
Pretty good.
I've been using my time. I just haven't been necessary. I'm actually surprised that I did complete 2 of the goals that I set out. I thought I was gonna I was fully prepared to be here and like having completed none of my goals, but I guess I just did 2 of them anyway.
Continue.
Right? But I ended up just doing 2 of them anyway. I mean, as I said in the last stream, in the last podcast that I was in, that I was probably gonna stream early the next week. I literally streamed the next day, so
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the problem?
Like your profile picture, buddy.
Thanks. You
Did
too.
you get it?
No, I made it like right now.
Oh,
I
really?
made it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I made ours.
How long did it take to make?
I'm really fast. So like,
15?
yeah, exactly.
15 what?
It's
Just
about the
15.
It's about the same for me. I mean, like, I'm not as well versed in the skill as you are, Crown, so it's probably like 16 for me.
Oh.
Wow, you suck,
yeah.
dude.
Come on, it's not that bad. It's like a
No,
linear
that's
equation.
absolutely terrible.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Well,
Anyway, so
all
also
right.
failed all of
so
his
confused
goals.
if he wakes up.
I was hoping Xynth would just kind of join in the middle, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Xynth, if you're watching this, I'm crying. I've been crying this entire podcast episode because you broke my heart. You broke my little heart, and I've
Yeah,
been
Xynth,
wiping
you're a
away
really bad
tears.
friend.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
wiping away tears this whole time.
You're on thin ice, bucko.
I feel bad.
I have to
Yeah,
drink water.
Yeah, I completely agree with Comic here. Very thin ice. might fall.
Mike is hazardously dangerous.
We all love Xynth, but we
do
not
love
love
Xynth.
his sleep schedule.
I don't know about
True.
that.
So how about you, Crown? What have you been doing over the past week? I actually forgot to write down all the goals, but I don't think we really did that last week. I don't really recall formally saying them. So just how have things been going? What have you accomplished?
Honestly, for me, I'm just mainly working on like real life stuff rather than like passion project stuff. Because I have like, you know, a lot to do since we're getting near like the end of final quarter of school. So I've been focusing on school as lame of an excuse that is.
Actually,
I said I was going to work on
productive.
some kind of town build that I needed, which I did a little bit, but like I didn't get as much done as I wanted to because I was a bit too preoccupied. Because in our video production class, we're doing music videos now. So I decided to do the really stupid thing where like I tried to do. Have you guys seen the Nerd versus Geek rap?
Yes,
I'm
love it.
recreating that for a project.
That's awesome.
And it's so much more work than I thought it was gonna be. Well,
That's
everyone
awesome.
else is doing
Projects.
music video projects we're doing in video production class.
Oh my god.
Imagine
like
having
everyone
a
else-
video production class. That's awesome.
Everyone went with super simple one. Literally, someone's doing Peaches from Mario. And I
Based.
went with Nerd versus Geek Rep. They do like 20 shots total. Bro, I'm at like the 40 count already, and I'm only like a third of the way done.
Bookworm, I'm
It's also
studious.
due Wednesday.
Oh no.
Oh man. Ever since your video production class found out about your YouTube superstardom status, have they been kind of like putting more pressure on you?
That is so annoying. Okay, so like one kid in my class, just Jack, he knew. Also, funny enough, one of the kids, Zach, I already knew who I was, just didn't know who I like. You know what I looked like, obviously, but he's already seen my content.
What?
Specifically,
Wait.
specifically
weird.
the Poppy Playtime music video is what he saw.
That is
That's so
insane.
silly.
It is. That is wild.
Did he
So,
ask you
like-
to like sign his firstborn child or something?
No.
Ah.
No, we did not. But like, yeah, then once that spread around the class, that was fun to deal with. I tried not to mention it, but it's always the kids named Nick.
It is.
Why are the kids named Nick?
Fuck you to all the Nicks out there. I'm just kidding.
Okay. It's Belsley J. Nick. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Die.
Do you not know who that is?
No, I know who that is.
I know who that is.
I've just never talked to them personally, so it's like I can't really attest. But they're named Nick, so already we're not off to a good first impression.
Yeah, we're not off to a good
Right.
start. But yeah, this kid Nick is just like one of the most annoying people. Actually, most of the class is like annoying. I don't know why they're here because they sound like they want to be literally anywhere else. It sounds like
What
they
if
got
your
put here.
class watches this podcast? They're gonna be so heartbroken by these words.
What if Nick deserves it?
I'm sure
be
all the Knicks in the world really care about what you have to say about them.
I will be endangering Nick's life on April. Just
I
in
wouldn't say
April.
that.
Just in April, I would.
It's in April.
I
Oh,
will.
that's
I'm
coming in
saying
hot.
that.
In April, I will. You heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here first. Nick will no longer be with us. April 31st.
So how about you,
This
Joss?
April,
What
the
have you been up to?
Nick Station.
Lately I've just been doing editing work for a guy named Blockrat.
Nice. What kind of videos do you
And
make?
he makes like Minecraft, like he plays through Minecraft maps currently, and I just edit it down and try to make it funny. That's my job.
Oh yeah, shout out to
Um,
by the way.
What?
Sure. Shout out to. I'm just accepting
Yeah,
it.
sure. Shout out to
He censored it when I shouted out Jake Paul in like the first podcast.
I did. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna censor it in this one. We're just gonna keep shouting him out, and nobody will know who it is until they're the guest.
You know what? Shout out for Xynthlocks for being here in spirit.
trying to think of what else I've been up to though.
True. Is like editing like a? Would you count that as like a part-time job?
I'd say so. it's been paying okay for me. I mean, I've been getting the money conventionally since I don't have like a method of getting the money, but I've been getting it through Steam funds, and I'm happy with that.
That's
Hey, that's
great.
better than nothing.
Yeah. Oh, right. I'm also working on a face rig for Mine-Imator called Lapis.
Ayo.
Or like
Yeah,
a
I
new
saw
update.
that actually.
Yeah. It's going alright so far. I should be able to release it soon, but we'll see.
Yeah, I've been seeing some detailed stuff on there. Also,
Oh,
this
Lapis
is one of
Face
the
Rig is
first
based.
podcasts where we have our first Rule 34 artist.
Let's give a round of applause for this benchmark.
Let's give a round of applause to
Wait.
Comic.
What?
Oh,
Honestly, that is so base of you.
Tell us what you've been doing, buddy.
Not that.
Cap.
no, you've been doing that.
Yeah, how's it been
I
going?
wouldn't know.
Joss,
So
have I
on
even
screen right
talked to you
now is some
before
of
this?
Comic Cyrus's work.
No, you haven't. I don't think so.
Funny story actually about Lapis Face Rig is I have used it before. So
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, I have. So I work for a YouTube. I won't mention the YouTuber here. I'm gonna censor it out in post for all the audio listeners out there, just because like I don't want to become a liability. But I work for full time, and I work in the
Wait.
shorts department. Huh?
You weren't joking?
I am not
Yeah,
joking.
no,
no,
that's a
that's
serious
serious.
thing.
no,
I saw that. I saw the fucking thing in your bio. You weren't joking?
no,
No,
I'm
no,
not.
he's
no,
not.
I am not
he's
joking.
He's not the CEO of.
I'm not the
That's what it
CEO.
He just
but
works there as an animator.
But I
the
did
fuck?
I did move out so that I can enter the office from the hours of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and animate all day.
What?
Have fun censoring this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make this like not like super nondescript. But the point that you need to know is that my full-time job is animating shorts, is making short animations. And they wanted to experiment around with a different style because the style that I do, it's like 30 seconds a week, but they're like, oh man, maybe we need to figure out a way to pump these numbers up, you know? So they were thinking of using Mine-Imator, which is something that I recommended because I'm like, hey, that setup's pretty easy. You know, you don't have to make like nearly as many custom models or sets. You know, it's all very user friendly. Some of the production team could probably learn it too. It's very easy to pick up. And they commissioned me to make like a test short, and I used the Lapis face rig for that. So,
Holy shit.
yeah, famous Minecraft YouTuber has witnessed your work. If that makes it, if that's
I
makes you feel
genuinely,
cool.
I used to watch so often.
Really,
Like, back in the days, yeah. I was an avid viewer.
damn,
That's
Yeah, that's-
crazy.
that is wild.
I will say I don't want to be, you know, the mean guy here, but like I just Josh, you're being a bit rude here. You're kind of using our profile picture.
I mean, it's a blatant
Yeah.
ripoff. I don't know how you can get more like offensive than
Yeah,
that.
man. I'm sorry. I'll change it to something else. Let me have a look at what I
Yeah,
got.
thank you.
Let's see. Oh boy. Just give me a second here.
So whose goals have we not talked about yet?
Yours, comic. Your
We
profile
did talk
picture.
about my.
Yeah.
No, we
Your
did talk about
profile
your goals. We did
picture,
talk
comic.
about what you did last week. But what we haven't talked about is Xynth. What did you do last week?
Since what have you been doing?
right.
he's sleeping.
Let's give a round
thought
of
you-
applause for Xynth.
I thought he was gonna wake up mid podcast.
Yeah, I did too.
Me too. I thought that was gonna be a funny bit, but he's
We
snoozing.
should just
you know,
keep the podcast going until he wakes up.
you know what they say: you snooze, you lose. And it looks like he snozzed.
Cool profile
And he
picture,
lost.
Josh. I have no idea what that is.
You don't?
I don't know what that is.
What is
It's
that?
gonna be a really funny bit. It's Nimi's fucking profile picture.
Awesome.
Pop off, Nimi. Wait, hold up.
Me too, actually.
Oh,
Huh.
wait.
Oh, okay. There's this glitch on my end on Discord where I can't see anybody
hello,
else's
creator of
profile
Mine-Imator.
picture.
Hey, you know, what's up?
This bit isn't going to work on my end because I can't see anybody else's profile picture. Whenever I join the call, it's like nobody else is there.
Why?
Joss's profile picture is the same for me.
We would, if you want to fix that, we gotta end the call, then make it again.
That's too much work.
Yeah.
Just imagine
It
it.
would take
Wait,
literally 2 seconds.
can one of you guys just screenshot it so we can like get the bit for the screenshot?
Yeah. You know.
My Daiso hasn't been working today.
Awesome. This is what the call's looking like these days.
I really hope my profile picture isn't stuck like this for over an hour now.
That would be funny.
That would be funny.
Yeah, that would be funny.
But you know what's also pretty funny is things that we want to do over the course of the next week.
Ooh,
Comic,
that's
since
true.
you were not
think-
here last week, you have the most time to think about it.
Yeah.
I think Xynth waking up would be good.
That would be awesome.
That would be so cool.
At this point, he's worrying me.
That is a little bit concerning. He's been asleep for a very long time. I think he said that he was awake for almost 24 hours straight, so we'll see. Anyway, Comic,
Why?
what do you what do you want to do over the next week?
Let me think. This week I would love to actually finish the plot. Finishing the plot outline would be nice, but I might not make that a goal just because I feel like I might put a bit more thought into that.
Okay.
Do think I want to. There is one character still that like I really just don't exactly know what I'm doing with them, so I want to really figure that out this week so that I can go full steam into the rest of the process.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would love to try something. I'm going to try to do this week is I'm going to try to revamp the intro song. Whether it's going
talk to a woman.
How about get some
Good idea.
bitches?
they don't live here
better in your
anymore. They're
way.
all in college.
So, did you have an intro song already planned? 'Cause I don't think
I
I've heard
did
that
have
yet.
one. I did have one that I made a while ago, but it was still while I was getting used to music, and I could do it. I could probably do it better now, and I think I'm going to probably enlist the help of Michael Langley. Shout out Langley.
Hey, shout out Langley, by the way.
And I'm
know.
probably
Yeah.
going to enlist his help to try and just make it a bit better.
Shout out to
We're going to censor that one too? Yeah, we are.
Yep, every single one of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Alright,
that seems pretty good.
I'm going to stick with that.
Wait, okay.
Stick with those
From
three.
now on, let's act like every time someone says it's like a really bad word, like a really
Oh
offensive
shit,
word.
like
You
Voldemort. you
Damn,
motherfucking.
dude, that's not nice. Damn.
I don't care if that's
okay.
racist. I'm a minority. I can say that.
Dude, please do not say the word.
Hey, we're a very free podcast. I pride myself. Hey, speaking of, how about you, Crown? What do you want to accomplish this week? Is it just more school stuff, or do you
I
think
need to
you're more
rewatch-
freak?
I need to get into the fandom.
Cool.
There's a fandom?
I need to get into the fandom. They're still around, right? There's
I don't know actually. I haven't kept track. Also, this
I
podcast
think
is
he
just gonna
does
be like half
podcasts
beats
now.
at this point. Man, he's stealing my
It's
thunder.
I mean, if we're doing half beeps, I might as well go all the way.
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Don't say
Don't
it.
say it.
Uh-oh. Don't do it. No.
Stop! Oh my god!
Wait. What?
Oh, Joss, if you haven't
Okay,
been
wait,
listening to the podcast, you don't understand what this bit is.
Okay, so
Oh,
basically,
I've been listening.
All right.
I want to ask though.
yeah,
Is the whole bit of you guys saying each other's addresses actually real?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Actually,
yeah, let's just actually say them.
No, genuinely,
Oh
when
my
we started
God.
the first episode, hey,
come on, you gotta get in here.
Bro, I'm not contributing to this.
come on, Josh, join the crew.
No.
Fair enough.
Too bad isn't here to defend himself.
Jesus Christ.
For all you audio listeners out there, we started listing off the addresses of all of our main hosts. Hey, Joss, where do you live, by the way?
Yeah, for all you audio listeners.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I want to disclose that.
I love how you
necessarily.
guys. I love how you say for all you audio listeners out there when it's just not something that doesn't just apply to the audio listeners.
Yeah, that's true. That would really help.
Yeah, don't worry. You can say your address here. We'll probably censor it.
This is gonna be a nightmare in post.
How do I know you guys aren't like old?
I'm old.
You're just gonna have to trust us on that one.
I do not trust them. First of all, your address will become your like nickname by on Red's Discord.
Yeah, peep
I don't
the
think I
Discord
want that.
chat real fast.
Oh my god!
Like I send it. Why is the image not sending? Okay, whatever. There it is.
Wait, that's not even my address. Why do you have that?
That's
that's
my profile picture.
That's his profile picture. Okay,
Oh, right.
we veered off a little bit. I think I was asking you, Crown Pixel, what do you want to do this week other than dox everyone?
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah. No, but in seriousness, I just need to. I wanted to get the town stuff done that I wanted to do, but like I didn't have enough time to do that, so I want to try to do that this week. But that's
Okay.
really mainly my only thing, and also probably finish the music video project so I can have more time. So I've been pouring my soul into that, and
Yeah,
Yes.
that sounds quite epic.
I've missed multiple bell ringers just to have more time. My grade is going down, but my ego is going up.
Do you get anything out of like making the best video?
No. Just pride and ego.
I'm sorry to interrupt here, but I just got a message from someone asking me if I want to join a group chat with a bunch of gay people.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Huh?
I'm in that group chat.
Why would you know that?
You're in
Colin?
that group chat.
I'm in that group chat. They were talking about it
Yes.
earlier.
Oh, I'm joining.
Yo.
Comics
Yeah,
like
I'm
it's like,
joking.
hey, you know this gay group chat? And Comics like, oh, I know that, guys.
Yeah, I know that bar.
I know that.
What it is.
Congratulations,
Wait, you're gay?
No.
Cap.
Well, Red is.
Anyway, Joss, what do you think? What do you want to do over the next week? Do you have any specific goals? Anything you're working on? You want to accomplish? Try out?
Definitely want to finish Lapis.
Keep in mind, you can make these ambitious as you want because you will not be here next week for us to hold you accountable.
No, I will. I
Right,
will
okay.
pull up your Twitter page in a week from now. I'll see what's going on.
I want to have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Yes, I want to have 1 million subscribers. And I want to be famous.
Why is that so funny to me? Medium
McDonald's?
fries.
Fries?
Fries?
Hey guys, it's me, medium fries.
Oh my god. Can I have you?
Fries.
What?
What?
No.
Why?
By the way, I want to
He's
point out,
taken.
when it came to the Josh profile picture bit, I also DM'd Comic to change it, and Comic just didn't.
I got peer pressured.
Not
didn't.
enough.
Yeah, no, enough, dude.
There was 3 of us, and only one of you. You were the minority. Why didn't you change yourself?
You should have became me, dude.
Maybe that's not a good thing to say.
That was like the worst way you're gonna possibly phrase that.
That's gonna be immortalized. That is something that I am not censoring.
I shut up.
So yeah, we
That is the
got
weirdest thing I've said.
finish Lapis, get 1 million subscribers, become famous, get
Yeah,
rich, get bitches.
I don't know about that one. But yeah, mainly just finish Lapis. Start posting on YouTube, maybe stream more. And yeah, that's about it.
Epic.
You know,
Red, how about your
Fair
goals for
enough.
next week?
What?
How about your goals for next week?
how about your
Oh,
goals,
my goals
Red?
for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a couple things. So currently I'm working on a BPS squared media. It's called Squared Media ever since ever since. Oh, wait, who joined?
Let's not get into that.
Hi guys, that's me.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, but yeah, I got the squared media scene that I've been working on, and I think I'm going way too hard on it. I don't like not to bash squared media's style, but it is not necessarily the most detailed. And for whatever reason, I said because it's a music video, I want to go as hard as I possibly can. So I've just been pouring my heart and soul into this scene, but I want to finish it by tomorrow. I think I'm going to work on it for a couple hours after this podcast, and also like finish it by tomorrow because I'm working on a fight scene right now. And it's just way more than it really needs to be. But I think it's fun, and I think it's silly. But after the fight scene, everything should be smooth sailing. So that's the first one, is finish my scene for that. And I also want to finalize the scripts for the project that I'm working on that I don't necessarily have a name for, because I don't have a name that's really working. But I've got most of the outline. I've got most of like the dialogue scenes all finished and locked and loaded. There's just like a couple montage bits I need to figure out. But I think I want to do one more revision, and then I'll send it to probably like you, Comic, or Michael. You two seem to be the most interested in helping out with the writing process, which I really appreciate, by the way. That's pretty epic. That's super sick. But yeah, so I want to send that out for review. I really want to get the script finished, because as soon as the script is finished and as soon as I can like get voice actors on this, then I feel like things are really going to start kicking into motion. Mm-hmm. But the writing part is very difficult. Yeah. It is very finicky to get right. So it's like it's kind of annoying. Yeah, it's kind of annoying to be stuck on this so crucial part, but it's just something that kind of needs my attention until then. But I feel like it is reasonably possible to get that thing finished this week. On that note, also, man, this is a wild story, but I want to talk to Jim from Whataburger. This is gonna require some context, but I promise it is super interesting. Let me take a sip of water.
Before you talk, I do want to just give a quick shout out to my dog.
Yo, what's up, dog?
Oh, Ollie, let's go. For all you audio listeners out there.
For me for a second there.
Yeah, me too. For all you audio listeners out there, Crown Pixel is showing off his small, white, and fluffy dog. But yeah, dog break. So Jim from Whataburger is okay. So during one of our work parties, we have a contractor, shout out Achebe, by the way, and he flies in every now and again to, hang out with us and do cool stuff. But after this current event, we decided to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once, very awesome movie, and we hit up Whataburger afterwards. And he asked me, like, do I have any like shows or like stuff that I want to work on? And I brought up this very idea, like this very script that I'm working on currently a couple months ago. It took me a really long time to actually set it into motion. But I was talking about this whole thing, and the main character is a little kid. He's a little dude, but he also like lives in a bus in the woods. And one of the main like plot points, story beats, is that every week or so he like goes into the city and like steals stuff like food and like little trinkets. And then he like collects stuff, tricks out his bus, makes it look cool, but he also like survives. And this dude from a couple booths down says, "Hey, I don't mean to intrude, but that sounds an awful lot like my life." And I was like, holy barnacles, man, this is crazy. So I immediately went over to the booth next to him, and we just started talking about basically his experience of living in a trailer, just like out in the boonies, and like every day going into town, like walking around a college campus to like eat and like socialize. They said like a lot of people didn't even know that that's what his living condition was, but he just tried to live like as much of a normal life as possible while just like living out in the woods. And we also like talked about film photography. Something I also really like is analog photography. So that was cool, because that was also insanely cool, because one of the other things that I want my main character to be interested in is art. I want him to like go out in the city, like paint his name on stuff, but also like, take Polaroid photos as a way to archive his memories. So it was also cool that he shared an interest in photography, as I do.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus. Luckily that's not going to be on video.
What?
Yep. Anyway, we exchanged numbers after this, because I said, "Hey, whenever I start up this project, do you want to be a consultant?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And then I just forgot about that up until now. And I don't know. I'm a bit of an awkward character when it comes to meeting new people for the most part, I feel. Especially like asking him such personal questions about his life. But I feel like the amount of insight that I could gain into like representing the style of life is just unparalleled. Because there's a lot I'm doing to try to represent like all styles of life as well as I could. That's mainly what inspired the story, is just like, you know, showing off how different people live. So it's like, I feel like to really make that feel as authentic as I possibly can, I do want to make sure it's thoroughly represented, and I have an unparalleled opportunity. What about him?
The guy from the bus, like when we were on that bus together and we met Larry.
You mean Lenny?
Oh, wait, was it Lenny?
It was Lenny, yeah.
Oh, that was Lenny. Yeah, the guy who ran away from his wife and kids.
What a guy. What
a guy. I miss Lenny.
That in of itself is a whole other story, but to make a long story short, when Cranpixel was visiting me, we took buses to like get around the city and get to our hotel and back, and we met this homeless guy on the bus, and he started giving us like crazy life advice.
Damn.
Like
I thought Crown met up with Illumio.
Yeah, like run away from your wife and kids.
Before?
Yeah, he came to
run in
visit me.
circles, the cops won't find you.
Yeah, sometimes zigzags. Sometimes run in figure eights, they'll never find you. But yeah, Crown. back in January, Crown flew out to visit me, and we did a whole bunch of wild and wacky stuff together.
When's the live episode gonna come, huh?
What's gonna what?
When is the live episode gonna come?
I'm sorry. I want to do that. That is something that I do want to do eventually. I think that would be a lot of fun. So
imagine how crazy that would be if we just like got like all four of us assuming Xynth blocks.
It's on the back
doesn't
burner.
fall asleep enough times that he gets kicked.
True. We're gonna be like in the studio, and we're all gonna be present, and Xynth's just gonna be sleeping in the lobby or something.
No, he'll be sleeping on like the couch on the other side of the room.
No couch cam.
Yeah,
the Xynth couch cam. But yeah, that's pretty much my goals for the week. Gotta go on that tangent about Jim from Whataburger, but I don't know. I don't know why I'm so nervous to talk to him, but I feel like I kind of have to if I want to make this story as authentic as I really want it to be.
Well, it's probably because he's above you. He's from Whataburger.
He is from Whataburger.
You know, you have to have like basically a degree from like Harvard. That's the good podcast, guys.
So true. Anyway, we're nearing up the hour mark. Is there anything anybody wants to mention? Just get out there in the world before we sign off.
Oh boy.
Not that.
Shout out to.
Okay, anybody but Crowned have anything that they want to say to the world?
No.
I got one.
Joss, this better be a
You don't get to speak
cool
anymore.
sign off.
Oh.
I'm trying to think of one.
Yeah, if you could tell everybody in the world one thing, what would it be?
Oh God.
Can I have this question?
No.
Okay.
No pressure.
I think I'd tell them all to kiss boys. Yeah.
All right, guys, this has been Control-S Week 4. Really hope you enjoyed listening. Just a reiteration for any audio listeners, any images that we talked about will be linked in the description. New episodes come out every Saturday at 10 a.m., hopefully. 10 a.m. CST. That's what I'm hoping to go for. But yeah, you can follow us on Twitter, YouTube, at Control-S Podcast. It's available pretty much anywhere you want. But yeah, until then, see you later.
That's all, folks.
Do I get a final say?
Nope. Bye.
Okay.